Welcome to the second video to support you in completing the research notes and outline document. By this stage, you should have completed the notes section of your notes and outline document. You should have answered the focus questions and compared them with the suggested answers. You should have used the information from the focus questions to help you write a brief summary of the theory, framework, or context of your essay or report. And finally, you should have taken notes on 4 other sources, at least one of these being academic. You should have information for references, links to original texts, analysis of bias or agenda, and the appropriate name for the text genre. You should also have collected the original notes from your source and paraphrased them accordingly. And by now, you should have had your notes analysed by Turnitin to see how successful you were at paraphrasing the information. Now it's time for you to use the ideas you recorded in your notes section to complete your outline. The outline is your opportunity to plan your final report. The outline will help you select which information from your notes can be used in your final essay or report. And it should also help you organize your ideas and arguments into coherent paragraphs and sections. This will allow you to develop your ideas and arguments with further evidence and references. We want you to take the most important and relevant information from your notes section and add it to your outline in the sections you think it will be most useful or relevant. However, you are not limited to the information you have recorded in your notes section. You can continue to conduct research, and the outline can include those new references. Now let's have a look at how the outline section is organized. Different essays and report prompts will have different suggested outline structures. These structures are to guide you in how your reports or essays should be structured. They include prompts about what should be addressed in each section. It is important to note that the template is a suggested outline, and variations are possible. However, it is advised that you check with your consultation teacher if making any significant changes to the given template. Now, let's look at some samples to see how students have organized their outlines. Here is a student's outline for a report on web usability. This student has followed the recommended outline and has organized the information in a way that will help them write a coherent report. For section 1.0, this student has given some information they feel will help the reader understand the context of the report. For section 1.2, they have given a brief overview of their chosen company. And in section 1.3, they have given the aims of their report. This section is essential for the reader to understand what your report aims to achieve. There will be a lesson in this course to support you in writing introductions. Now let's look at section 2 of the report. In section 2.0, the student gives an overview of the theory they are going to address. They have written a full topic sentence, which tells the reader what the paragraph will address. And then below, they have written some notes that will help them explain the main features of the theory. At this stage, you can record the information in bullet point form. You do not have to have complete paragraphs at this stage. Then, in section 2.1 and 2.2, this student explains 2 specific aspects of the theory that they want to focus on. Again, we can see topic sentences telling the reader what the paragraph will be about. Then below, the student has included a number of supporting points to help the reader understand the aspects of the theory they want to explain. Here, we can see that the student has come up with 4 supporting points, and each of these points has a reference. This shows the supporting ideas are supported by research and are not just the student's ideas or opinions. Also, the student has developed each of these supporting points by providing further evidence, examples, or ideas. And when possible, the student has supported these further arguments with references. This outline should help the student write a well-supported paragraph. Please note that in your final report or essay, you do not have to use all the ideas you have collected in your outline. Some students may choose not to include some points if they feel that the ideas have already been addressed elsewhere, or if they have too many ideas. It is also okay if you eventually add extra information to your final report that is not featured in your outline. Now let's look at this student's outline for section 3. In this section, you will connect the theory, as outlined in section 2, with your area of focus. For section 3.0, this student has written an orientation statement to say what will be addressed in section 3. There are various different approaches to how you can write section 3.0, and we recommend you consult with your teachers about the best option for your report. Sections 3.1, 3.2, etc. will be where you connect the ideas from section 2 with your chosen area or focus. So for example, we can see here that this student used section 2.1 to look at the feature called anticipation, and therefore this student has applied this feature to their company in section 3.1. Meanwhile, as section 2.2 looked at the design feature consistency, then this is addressed in section 3.2 and applied to the websites that this student is assessing. Section 2 explains the theory, and section 3 applies this theory to your company or chosen context. There must be links between sections 2 and 3. Finally, in section 4, the student has summarized the main points they have given in sections 2 and 3. Generally, there should be no new information given in this section, just a brief summary of what has been addressed throughout the report. And this student has added some recommendations at the end of their report. The recommendations you give here should be based on the information you provided in section 3. Ideally, your recommendation should be the solution to an issue you found and highlighted in your analysis in section 3. For essay students, many of the principles for reports are the same. Again, we have provided you with some prompts about what should be included in your opening paragraph. Then we provided you with a template for body paragraphs. These will also include topic sentences and prompts for supporting ideas with references and further information to develop these ideas. The structure of essays can vary from student to student, as different students will address the prompt in different ways. However, it is important that you consult with your teacher about the most effective structure for your essay. Similar to reports, essays will require you to explain a theory and then apply the theory to a particular context. You will have to structure your essay so that it is clear to the reader what the theory claims and how it can be applied to your chosen context. Finally, for both essays and reports, as you are developing your outline, we want you to keep track of all the references you use. These should be recorded at the bottom of the document, and you should follow the APA 7th guidelines. We hope this helps you understand the purpose of an outline. It helps you organize your ideas, and it encourages you to develop and give evidence for these ideas. It also encourages you to have strong connections between each section. A good outline will provide you with a strong basis for a coherent and well-developed report.